personally, I'm a big disbeliever of the whole fossil fuel creation theory. I believe science got it wrong. Going to upset a few people, but here's why. Number one, I tried surfing during the 80s. I know how to read a watch. I understand atmospheric pressure. And when I was a kid, I grew up in Maitland during a 5-year drought. Okay, here's how it goes. We're taught that fossil fuels are created by plant matter, animal matter that falls onto the ground and slowly gets pressed further and further and further and further into the ground, and layer upon layer upon layer upon layer eventually turns into coal. But I can't buy that theory, because what I saw during a 5-year drought, we'd be driving along and friends had farms. Family friend at Stroud had 500 acres. Another friend up at Clarencetown had 50 acres. We had 1 acre. And you would drive along and you would literally see animals just dropped in the paddock. You drive past a week later, less of the animal. Drive past a month later, there's just nothing left of that animal because it rotted away. The ants got it, the lizards got it, all these animals that actually literally ate it away, and then the skeleton would literally just, off it went. So over time, they break down. Then how is it possible when the pressure builds up and builds up and builds up, yet the topsoil layer on this planet is only 8 to 20 centimeters deep? There's a theory that it's a one-off occurrence, okay? But look at this coal mine right here. How much plant matter would have created that coal mine over time? Think about it. How much plant matter fell to turn into that big open cut coal mine? But there's one thing that really gets to me. Okay, now, a friend of mine was actually a stonemason, and some of the best marble and granite are on mountains in Italy. They're literally on the mountain where there's less air pressure. Yet they say that coal is created by the pressure of the atmosphere pushing down on it. Yet if you're a surfer or a scuba diver or a snorkeler, you'll know that on a watch it says waterproof to 5 atmospheres. So 1 atmosphere, 3 meters, 10 feet. 2nd atmosphere, 3rd atmosphere, 4th, 5th atmosphere. 5 atmospheres of pressure pushing down on your watch will exert water into your watch, therefore it's not waterproof anymore. Yet when we're standing on the earth, on the ground, there is 1 atmosphere of pressure. Not enough pressure to force anything into the ground. It's kind of like using a huge hydraulic press, a gazillion ton hydraulic press, and not plugging it in. Right? Any mechanic, any engineer will tell you that you need force and hydraulic pressure to push things apart or push things together. Yet when you're standing here on the ground, there's no atmospheric pressure. What happens on a windy day? Leaves blow away. Have a look at this. There's no leaves on the tree. There's no leaves on the ground. Look at this. This is at Stockton Beach. There's nothing around to start the process that science tells us creates fossil fuels. Look anywhere on this planet. If dinosaurs existed like we're told, we're also told that alligators and crocodiles are older or as old as the dinosaurs. yet they don't pop up everywhere. Why? Because they decay, they degrade, they disappear, they break down. Yet we're told that they were fossilised way back when. But how is that possible? Wouldn't we see more and more? But if you look at the water holes in Africa, where all the animals come to, they all basically kill each other to survive, we don't see bones and fragments and so on. It all comes down to the actual starting point that they say created the fossil fuels doesn't exist. There is no atmospheric pressure to press the leaves and the plant matter and the animal matter into the ground to start the process of the coal creation and the diamond creation and the oil creation. It's not possible. And I guess if the scientists actually worked in a mechanic shop, they'd know that you can't push a bearing out unless the press is turned on.